Hello, I'm very excited to share something with you today that will transform your English learning journey. Listen carefully. English is not as difficult as it seems, and it is not impossible to learn. You can speak it fluently and faster than you expect. Today, I will show you how. I know many of you feel anxious or nervous when you try to speak English. Some of you hesitate, stumble, or even avoid speaking at all because you're afraid of making mistakes. This feeling is completely normal. I understand the frustration of being able to understand English when you read or listen, but freezing when it's time to speak. You may feel you're not making progress, even though you've been studying for years. But remember, this is not the end of your journey. You are only at the beginning. From now on, everything can change. You will discover the easiest and most natural ways to learn English, and you will do it faster than you imagine. You do not need to study grammar all day, memorize vocabulary lists, or worry about being perfect. So, what is the key to speaking English? It is living the language, breathing it, thinking in it, and using it every day. Mastery does not come from sitting in a classroom or memorizing complicated rules. It comes from living with the language. Think about how you learned your first language. Did you read grammar books for hours? Did you memorize long word lists? No. You learned by listening, imitating, and making mistakes. You didn't worry about being correct. You simply used the language every day. This is the same approach you will use to learn English. Today, forget everything that has made English feel difficult. Forget complex grammar rules. Forget trying to be perfect. And most importantly, forget the fear of making mistakes. Here's the truth. The biggest reason people fail to speak English is fear. Fear of making mistakes. Fear of sounding silly. Fear of being judged. Ask yourselves, how did you learn to walk? A child doesn't give up after a few falls, right? They get up and try again and again until they walk without thinking. The same is true of language learning. Mistakes are a natural part of the process. If you are not making mistakes, you are not learning. So, repeat after me. English is easy. I can speak English. I improve my speaking skills every day. These words are powerful. The more you say them, the more your mind will believe them. Believe it or not, the way you think about English will make all the difference in your progress. The first step to mastering English is to change your mindset. If you believe English is hard, your brain will resist learning it. But if you start believing that English is simple and learnable, your brain will begin to accept it. Your confidence will grow, and your progress will speed up. Mistakes are part of the process. Don't fear them. They are proof that you're pushing yourself to grow. Repeat after me. Mistakes help me learn. From today, stop saying things like, "My English is bad," or "I can't speak English." Instead, say, "I am learning and improving every day." These small changes in how you think will have a big impact on your progress. After you shift your mindset, move to the next step. Surround yourself with English. Many people believe that fluency requires living in an English-speaking country. That isn't true. You can create an English environment wherever you are. A simple way to start is to change your phone's language to English. Every time you check your phone, you'll see English words, and soon they will feel familiar. It's a small change with a big impact. Another powerful technique is to start thinking in English. At first, you may think in your native language and translate, which slows you down. Instead, try to think directly in English. For example, when you wake up, think, "I'm getting out of bed now. I'm going to brush my teeth." The more you do this, the more natural it will feel. You can even talk to yourself. It may sound funny, but speaking to yourself in English is a powerful way to practice. Stand in front of a mirror and have a conversation. Ask yourself, "How are you today?" or "What should I do next?" Practice speaking without fear. This is a great way to build your confidence and your ability to think and speak in English. A common mistake many learners make is focusing too much on grammar. Understanding grammar is important, but it is not the first step. If you focus too much on rules, you will always be afraid to speak. Think about how children learn their first language. They don't study grammar books. They learn by listening, repeating, and speaking. Grammar comes naturally over time. Instead of memorizing rules, focus on simple sentences. For example, rather than trying to learn every rule of the present continuous, focus on sentences like "I am eating" or "She is going to work." These simple patterns help you start speaking more quickly. Once you begin speaking, listen and repeat. Listen to how native speakers talk. Don't just understand the sentence. Say it out loud. The more you do this, the more your grammar will improve naturally. Now that you have shifted your mindset and surrounded yourself with English, it's time to speak every day. Don't wait for the perfect moment to start practicing. Start now. The more you speak, the more confident you will become, even if it's only a few minutes each day. Speaking is essential for fluency. Talk to yourself, talk to a friend, or even talk to your mirror. Don't worry about making mistakes. Focus on speaking, and soon you'll feel more comfortable. Try to integrate English into your daily life. If you're cooking dinner, say, "I am cooking now. This smells delicious." If you're on your way to work, say, "I am driving to work now. It's a nice day." These simple actions will make speaking English part of your routine. And before you know it, it will feel as natural as breathing. One of the most important things to remember is that confidence comes with practice. Speak every day, even if it's just for a few minutes. Talk to your reflection, your family, or a friend. The more you practice, the more confident you will become. Don't be afraid of mistakes. They are stepping stones toward improvement. Here's an important tip. The more you speak, the easier it becomes. When you speak every day, you start to feel comfortable with the language. Soon, you will speak without even thinking. Now you know how to start speaking English naturally, confidently, and without fear. You've unlocked the key to fluency, living, thinking, and speaking in English every day. Now, let's dive into a crucial topic for mastery: how to build your vocabulary in a fun, effective, and natural way. Many learners feel frustrated with vocabulary. You might forget words or struggle to learn new ones that are useful for everyday conversations. You may feel your vocabulary isn't growing fast enough and that you're stuck. But it doesn't have to be this way. Learning vocabulary can be easy, enjoyable, and highly rewarding. Today, I'll show you exactly how. Grab your notebook, take a deep breath, and let's begin. Before we talk about how to build vocabulary, let's understand why it matters so much. Imagine you're speaking English and you come across a word you don't know. Suddenly, you feel stuck. You can't express your thoughts clearly, and the conversation becomes awkward. That's why having a strong vocabulary is essential. The more words you know, the better you'll understand others, and the more effectively you can communicate. But vocabulary is not just about memorizing words. It's about learning to use them in real-life situations. The more words you learn and use, the more confident and fluent you will become. So, how do we begin? One of the most important strategies is learning words in context. That means learning how words are used in sentences and real situations, rather than just memorizing definitions. For example, if you learn the word excited, don't only memorize its meaning. Use it in sentences like, "I'm excited for the weekend," or "She was excited to meet her favorite celebrity." Learning words this way helps you remember and use them naturally. Choose one new word each day. Pick a word that is interesting or useful for your daily life. You can find new words in books, TV shows, movies, or conversations. Learn the word. Check its meaning and pronunciation. Use it all day. Create different sentences with it. If your word is amazing, say, "That movie was amazing," or "I had an amazing time at the party." Do this daily for a month, and you'll have learned 30 new words you can actually use. Flashcards are powerful tools for review and memory. You can make your own with paper. Front, the word. Back, the definition or an example sentence. Review regularly, daily or weekly. Consistency is key. Spend just 10 to 15 minutes a day, and you'll notice real improvement. This is one of the most enjoyable ways to build vocabulary. You'll learn real-world phrases and expressions that native speakers use every day. Start with subtitles in your language. Then switch to English subtitles as you get comfortable. Repeat new words and phrases out loud exactly as the speakers say them. This improves pronunciation and memory. Take notes. Pause to look up words you don't understand. Write the meaning and an example sentence. Later, practice using the word in your own sentences. Speak with native speakers, friends, or language partners. Conversations force you to use what you've learned. You'll encounter vocabulary in real, practical contexts and strengthen it through use. Join language exchange programs or set aside time each day to speak with someone in English. Even with mistakes, this practice is extremely valuable. Write every new word you learn, along with its meaning, pronunciation, and a sentence you created. This helps you engage actively with the word. Review your journal weekly to see your progress. Over time, it becomes a personalized resource you can revisit for practice and inspiration. Focus on thematic groups like food, travel, or emotions. Grouping related words helps you remember them because they connect in your mind. For example, in the food theme, fruit, vegetables, spicy, sweet, bitter, delicious, etc. Connected words are easier to recall. Building a strong vocabulary takes time. It's normal to forget words or struggle at first. Don't give up. Every new word brings you one step closer to fluency. The more you practice, the faster you'll progress. These are the best strategies to build vocabulary in a fun, practical, and effective way. Remember, vocabulary learning isn't about memorization alone. It's about living with the language. Use these methods, make vocabulary part of your daily routine, and watch your confidence grow. Vocabulary is the foundation of your fluency. By learning in context, using technology, speaking with others, and practicing daily, you will see incredible results. Now, let's focus on one of the most powerful ways to become fluent: regular speaking practice. We'll discuss why it's important, how to fit it into your routine, and practical tips to get started. Why speak regularly? Speaking is the skill that makes you actively use what you've learned. Reading and listening build understanding and vocabulary, but speaking turns knowledge into ability. When you speak regularly, you internalize new words, improve your pronunciation, and build confidence. Regular speaking practice also helps you sound more natural. It helps you understand the rhythm and flow of English, which is essential for effective communication. If you're serious about improving, speaking must be part of your daily routine. Tip 1. Speak with friends or language partners. Conversations with friends, language partners, or tutors are one of the easiest and most effective ways to practice. Don't worry about perfection. Everyone makes mistakes. What matters is getting used to real conversations. You'll also receive direct feedback that helps you improve faster. Tip 2. Talk to yourself in English. It may feel strange at first, but talking to yourself is an excellent practice method. It lets you speak out loud without pressure. Start by describing your surroundings, thoughts, and feelings. I'm going to the grocery store today, or I really enjoyed that movie last night. As you get more comfortable, talk about more complex topics, like future plans or opinions on current events. The more you do it, the more natural it becomes. Tip 3. Set speaking goals and track your progress. Set clear, achievable goals such as, I will speak English for 10 minutes a day, or I will record myself speaking about a topic for 5 minutes. Goals keep you consistent and motivated. Track your progress in a notebook. Seeing your improvement boosts confidence. Many learners focus on grammar and vocabulary, but if your pronunciation is unclear, others may struggle to understand you. Good pronunciation is the bridge that carries your words to the listener. Even if your grammar and vocabulary are strong, unclear pronunciation can block communication. That's why focusing on pronunciation is one of the most effective ways to become a more confident speaker. Practice pronunciation. The main strategy for improving pronunciation is recording yourself. It might feel unfamiliar at first, but it's one of the best ways to notice areas that need work. How to do it? Choose a sentence or short paragraph and record yourself on your phone or computer. Then, play it back and listen carefully. How do you sound? Is your pronunciation clear? Which words are difficult? Listening to your own voice helps you spot mistakes. Maybe you're pronouncing a sound incorrectly or stressing the wrong syllable. By doing this regularly, you'll notice patterns and can work to correct them. It's also a great way to track your progress over time. You'll hear your pronunciation improve, which is very motivating. I recommend recording yourself daily, even for just a few minutes. Now let's talk about one of the most powerful habits you can build: thinking in English instead of translating from your native language. Thinking in English is essential. Translating in real time slows you down. You search for words, build sentences, and try to match grammar rules, which reduces confidence and fluency. When you think directly in English, you skip that mental step. You become more spontaneous, quicker, and more natural in conversation. Thinking in English lets you express yourself without hesitation. It boosts confidence because you won't pause to find every word or worry about perfect grammar. Your brain becomes used to English, and your fluency improves over time. How to train this skill? Start with simple thoughts. You don't need complex topics right away. Describe small daily actions in English. For example, when you open the fridge, think, I'm opening the fridge. I'm going to get some milk. I think I'll make a cup of coffee. By describing simple actions, you train your brain to use English in daily life. It doesn't matter if you're at home, at work, or walking outside. Describe your surroundings and actions in English. Gradually, this will teach your mind to think in English naturally without translating. Once you're comfortable with simple activities, move on to more complex ideas, plans, opinions, and explanations. Thank you so much for watching. I truly hope you found this lesson full of practical tips and techniques to boost your English speaking skills. Remember, improving your fluency, increasing your confidence, and sharpening your communication are all within your reach, with a bit of effort and consistency. If you stayed with me until now, that's wonderful. If you haven't watched the entire video, I encourage you to go back and watch it from start to finish. Every technique I shared, from building vocabulary step by step with targeted learning, to practicing grammar exercises that make your sentences clear and effective, is designed to create real transformation. Trust me, you'll leave with tools you can start using today. And don't forget, learning a new language is a journey, not a race. Every step, no matter how small, brings you closer to your goal. Whether it's speaking confidently in conversation, excelling in your studies, or advancing in your career, these skills open the door to countless opportunities. If you're ready to take your learning further, make sure to subscribe and join this amazing community of learners just like you. We are here to support each other. And by subscribing, you won't miss the tips, resources, and motivation that keep you improving. Think of it as a partner on your language learning adventure. Finally, remember this: practice consistently and celebrate your progress, no matter how small it seems. The techniques you learned today are like seeds you plant for strong, beautiful growth. The more you nurture them through steady practice, the greater your results will be. Thank you again for being here and investing in yourself. I'm excited to hear about your progress and your wins. Leave a comment below to share how these tips are helping you or to suggest topics for future videos. Keep practicing, keep growing, and I'll see you in the next video. Until then, take care and happy learning.